pleads guilty to illegally assisting Putin ally. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. According to the Washington Post, and let's get right down to the essence of this story right here. Former high-ranking FBI official charged McGonigal pleaded guilty Tuesday in federal court to conspiring to violate U.S. sanctions and to laundering money by secretly working on behalf of a Russian oligarch he had been tasked with investigating. The former chief of counterintelligence in the FBI's New York City office, who was charged in January, settled his New York case with federal prosecutors by pleading guilty to one count in a superseding document that is used to override or avoid a criminal indictment and streamline plea agreements. He faces up to 5 years in prison and is to be sentenced December 14. McGonigal, 55, has been pending federal charges in Washington for allegedly taking $225,000 in bribes while working for the Bureau of Sensitive Investigations. His involvement with the Russian billionaire Oleg Deripaska took place over several months in 2021, 3 years after his 2018 retirement from the FBI, according to prosecutors. In a statement Tuesday to U.S. District Judge Jennifer H. Reardon, McGonigal said he knew his efforts benefited Deripaska and were illegal because he was being paid with money that originated in Cyprus and was filtered through local shell companies. His involvement was part of a scheme to try to get Deripaska removed from the U.S. sanctions list, a status that prevents the Russians from doing business with U.S. banks and entities. I understood what my actions have resulted in, and I am deeply remorseful for it, McGonigal said. I appear before you in this court to take full responsibility, as my actions never intended to hurt the United States, the FBI, my family, and friends. He admitted to receiving $17,500 from Deripaska, who was added to the U.S. government sanction list in 2018 on suspicion that he committed several illegal acts, including extortion and racketeering. Deripaska gained renewed international significance last year because of his ties to Russian President Vladimir Putin and the U.S. government's strongest opposition to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Assistant U.S. Attorney Rebecca Dell said McGonigal was in negotiations to find what was expected to be $500 million of hidden assets belonging to Deripaska's rival in exchange for a payment of up to $3 million. McGonigal was arrested in January on charges that he lobbied to get Deripaska removed from the U.S. sanctions list. At the FBI, McGonigal was assigned to investigate Deripaska, who is a known ally of Putin's and is under federal indictment in Manhattan on allegations of evading sanctions. Charges are pending against Sergei Sheskatov, a court interpreter and former Russian diplomat, who is accused of facilitating McGonigal's assignments from Deripaska. Sheskatov has pleaded not guilty. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Never quit.